You know what day is coming up, don't you? It's just around the corner. Valentine's Day. Perhaps you could tell from the tone of my voice that I don't really like Valentine's Day, but in case you couldn't, I don't like Valentine's Day. I resent being told by greeting cards companies that I have to do something special for my wife on this particular day of the year. I hate the insinuation that I'm not doing special things for my wife at any other time in the year. Now, before anyone leaves comments calling me the Ebenezer Scrooge of Valentine's Day, I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. I speak to lots of husbands and boyfriends who all feel the same way. They don't like Valentine's Day either. And that's not to mention single people and people experiencing breakups. I mean, seriously, does anyone like Valentine's Day? Now, every year I fall into the same trap. I tell my wife my feelings about Valentine's Day. I tell her that we will continue to do romantic things throughout the year, but as a protest, I'm refusing to do anything romantic on that day. And she understands. I think I could even go as far as to say that she agrees with me. But as it starts getting closer and closer to the day, I start to lose my nerve. I start thinking about what will happen if she goes to work the day after Valentine's Day and her colleagues ask her what she did and she has to say, "My husband didn't do anything." I don't want to make her feel bad. I don't want people thinking that she has a deadbeat husband. So I always end up doing something at least a little bit romantic. Whether it's for the right reasons or not, who knows? And so this got me thinking, if you do something good but for the wrong reasons, is it still good? If I do something romantic but only because of peer pressure, is it still romantic? If I do something loving for my wife but only because greeting cards companies tell me to, is it still a loving gesture? I'm not sure I know the answer to this question, but it does make me think about something that Jesus said. Jesus was preparing to show the world the greatest act of love it had ever seen. I'm not talking about romantic love, I'm talking about truly sacrificial, self-denying, self-emptying love. The kind of love that could enable him to give up his life to save humanity. And Jesus is talking to a crowd of people, and knowing that he isn't far from Calvary and the cross, he says, "No one takes my life from me. I lay it down of my own accord." Jesus is basically saying, I'm not doing this act of love because anyone is forcing me to do it. No one could force me or pressure me into doing this. I'm doing it because I want to. It's my choice, nobody else's choice but mine. And that's the truest demonstration of love. When you can say this is nobody's choice but mine, I'm doing this because I want to do it. So here are 3 takeaways. Number 1, whoever you are, you don't have to leave it for one day in the year to let your loved ones know that you love them. Do that any day and every day. Number 2, real love always requires sacrifice. If you really want to show someone you love them, sometimes that means doing something you don't want to do. But that's love. And number 3, even if you feel like no one loves you this Valentine's Day, I promise you that God loves you with an everlasting love. Your worth isn't defined by greetings cards. So as for Valentine's Day, I'll leave it in your hands what you decide to do. But whatever you do or don't do, allow God's unfailing love to help you to live a life less ordinary.